Hello student, till now we have discussed different types of chemical reaction. We discuss about combination reaction, we discuss about decomposition reaction. We also discuss the different types of decomposition reaction, thermal decomposition reaction, electrolysis decomposition reaction, and photolysis decomposition reaction. In our last video we discussed about displacement reaction, but that was single displacement reaction, and today we are going to know about double displacement reaction. To understand double displacement reaction, to perform an activity, point number 1, take sodium sulfate solution in a test tube. In another test tube you take barium chloride solution. Now you mix both the solution and observe. You will observe that a white substance which is insoluble is formed. This insoluble substance is known as precipitate. Any reaction that produces precipitate can be called a precipitation reaction. And here the reaction is sodium sulfate plus barium chloride to form barium sulfate and sodium chloride. So if you see this equation, then you can see barium displaces sodium from sodium sulfate and sodium displaces barium from barium chloride. So here 2 times displacement takes place and form barium sulfate and sodium chloride. So this is a example of double displacement reaction, or we can say precipitation reaction. Hello student, now let's back to the combination reaction once more. Combination reaction, again I am recalling the reaction where 2 or more reactant combine and form a single product is called combination reaction. Burning of coal, so here carbon is burning in presence of here 2 reactant to form a single product. So this is the example of combination reaction. Second example, if you see hydrogen plus oxygen to form water, here hydrogen and oxygen to different reactants and form a single product. This is also combination reaction. In simple language, we can say that substances, it is elements or compounds no matter combined to form a single product. The reaction are called combination reaction. Student, you recall activity 1.4. We observe that a large amount of heat is evolved. Reactions in which heat is released along with the formation of products are called exothermic chemical reaction. So remember this point, exothermic chemical reaction are the reaction where along with the product heat also release or produce. So along with the product here heat also produce. So if heat produce, then it is exothermic reaction. So you see this reaction, burning of natural gas means methane CH4, burning means oxygen to form carbon dioxide and water. But this reaction when occur, a huge amount of heat also produce. So this is the example of exothermic reaction. Another question I want to discuss here, do you know that respiration is an exothermic process? We all know that we need energy to stay alive. We get this energy from the food we eat. During digestion, food is broken down into simpler substance. For example, rice, potatoes and bread contain carbohydrate. These carbohydrates are broken down to form glucose. This glucose combine with oxygen in the cell of our body and provides energy. The special name of this reaction is respiration. All of you know the process which you will study in chapter class 6. So here see the respiration process how take place. Glucose means when we eat food, suppose we eat potato, then it contain glucose, and this glucose will meet or add with the oxygen. this oxygen inside the cell, remember, and form carbon dioxide and water and along with energy. So here carbon dioxide is the waste material for us, we exhale this one, and water required by our body, and this energy also produce, and this energy, for because of this energy we can perform various activity, and because their energy or heat is same, so therefore we can say it is the exothermic reaction. In other way we can say it is respiration is an exothermic reaction. The decomposition of vegetable matter into compost is also an example of exothermic reaction, because when we decompose any vegetable and matter, a huge quantity of biogas or energy produce, so it is also a exothermic reaction. And not producing any reaction but heat is absorbing, then this kind of reaction is called endothermic reaction. Now let's discuss few question answer which from exercise. First question is, what does one mean by exothermic and endothermic reaction? Give example. Just now I told you that any reaction, if heat produced along with the product, then it is exothermic reaction. If any reaction which absorb heat, that this reaction is called endothermic reaction. So here you can see exothermic reaction, those reaction in which heat is evolved are known as exothermic reaction, and exothermic reaction is indicated by writing plus heat may produce. Example, carbon burned in presence of oxygen to form carbon dioxide along with heat, so it is exothermic reaction. Nitrogen and hydrogen if react, then ammonia NH3 ammonia along with heat produce, so it is also exothermic reaction. Endothermic reaction, those reaction in which heat is absorbed are known as endothermic reaction, and endothermic reaction is usually indicated by writing heat on the product side of the chemical example. So you can see example, carbon plus sulfur to form carbon disulfide. So here heat not producing, here heat absorbing, so it is the example of endothermic reaction. Since heat is absorbing, so we have given here minus sign. Nitrogen when add with oxygen to form NO, and heat also here absorbed, so we have written minus heat. So this is also example of endothermic reaction. Next question is, why is respiration considered an exothermic reaction? Explain. Just now we have discussed that in the respiration process energy produced, and this energy we can say huge amount of energy, and because of this energy we can perform different activity for our life process. So any reaction if heat or energy produced along with the product, then we can say exothermic reaction. So answer we will write like this: respiration is an exothermic process because during respiration glucose combined with oxygen in the cells of our body to form carbon dioxide and water along with the production of energy. So equation I have written here down. So since energy produced along with the product, so it is a exothermic reaction. More question answer. What is the difference between displacement and double displacement reaction? Write equation for those reaction. Displacement reaction, already we have discussed, a more reactive metal displaces the less reactive metal from its solution. For example, iron, if react with copper sulfate, then iron is more reactive than copper, so iron will displace its copper from copper sulfate solution and will form ferrous sulfate and copper. So here iron displaces copper from copper sulfate, more reactive metal displaces the less reactive metal, so this is the displacement reaction. And in case of double displacement reaction, one example I have given here, AgNO3 silver nitrate plus sodium chloride to form silver chloride plus sodium nitrate. So in this case you can see from NaCl, Na displaces by Ag, and from AgNO3 Ag displaces by Na, So this is the example of double displacement reaction. Next question, in the refining of silver, the recovery of silver from silver nitrate solution involve displacement by copper metal. Write down the reaction involved. So here we have to write the reaction between silver nitrate means AgNO3 and silver nitrate copper Cu to form copper nitrate along with silver. So this reaction you can write by yourself also. So here our all reaction completed. Next video will discuss a very important oxidation and reduction, or we can say redox reaction. So students, go through everything whatever we discuss and all the answer you solve.